Hello, welcome back to selflecture.com. We've collected the information from the question from 2000 personalization, Oxford Brookes 2011-2012. Now we're going to use the information we put into this table in order to compute Paula's income tax. Right now, here it says she received an income of 86,500 the whole year, so we put in 86,500, and she paid tax the whole year for 24,600. She has already paid tax at PAYE. She paid all of them as source, and now we have to deduct 5% of her contribution to her pension scheme. So 5% of the income will be, you have to deduct, so put a bracket there, and 3,225, 325, and we will divide 82,175. Right now we go to the benefit in kind. The car that was bought for her, we have to calculate the benefit in kind. Right, we said CO2 emission is going to help us, so we put 140, right, minus 100, as we said earlier, right, 140, then we divide by 5, and the percentage that we get, we add 11% to it, but this is a diesel, as I said earlier, so we add extra 3% because it's diesel. Right, what do we get here? We get a benefit in kind of 4818. Right, let's go to, so this, everything from down here up to here, including the floor, which is 0, is being computed here, and that is her benefit in kind for the car. Right, let's go to private health insurance. Right, she gets 2,700. We put all of them in. Her loan, she received free loan. That the law, so you have to charge 5% of that loan and charge tax on it, and 5% will be 375. Right, the computer that was rented to her free. The law, so you have to charge 20% on that amount, and we have to tax that 20%. That'll be 20% of that amount, 1,800. 20% will be 360, and we put a total here of 94,228. We put the same figure here, 94,228 here. So now we've done that. That was here. Don't forget. And the private pension scheme, we gross it up. This one will come later, so because a private pension scheme, she paid by herself. Right, we go to dividend. The dividend, we gross it up. As I said, that's dividend was 11,970. So when we gross it up, we get 13,300. Now if you want to know the amount of, let's put a dividend figure here, 13,300, because it's dividend column. Right, now we want to do the amount of tax she paid, Paula paid already. Right, so we subtract 11,900 from 970 from 13,300, and what we get, 1,330. Right, let's go to interest. Let's put it up, down. Right, the interest, when we gross it up, we are going to get 3,125. So we put the interest to 3,125. Then let's know how much interest she has already paid. So this is the interest figure before tax was deducted. So let's see how much tax, and this is the amount she paid after tax. Right, so if we want to know, we subtract it from that, and we know how much interest Paula has paid in relation to the interest she received from deposit the money in the bank. Now let's put all of them together. Right, Let's put all of them together. Add all of them. We get 106,853. Right. This figure is all the income, small income that is being allocated to Paula in the year. Not only her salary. She received benefits in kind for the car. Right. They bought a car for her, and we have quantified how much that car benefits in monetary wise. The health that was paid on behalf of her, the loan, the computer and everything, dividends and everything. This is the amount of income. Now, as we know the amount of income allocated to her, we can calculate our tax. Right? Great. So we put all the total together nicely. And this will be 265. Right, now move on to the next stage, which is personal allowance. Every person is entitled to his personal allowance. If you're in the UK and you work, you're entitled to the personal relief fund. Right, so personal allowance of £8,105. But the law says that if you earn more than 100,000, yeah, if you earn more than 100,000, every £2 you earn on this amount, 100,000, £1 will be deducted from this amount. So now let's see how much Paula is losing, how much personal allowance she's losing from she getting this 106,000, because it's more than 100,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 106,000, yeah, 853, 685, sorry, minus 100,000. Right, then we're gonna get 6,853, right, and we divide it by 2, 6,853 divided by 2, and we're gonna get 3,427. Yeah, so now this is the amount that she has lost, so let's subtract from there. So 8,1, that's her personal allowance. This is the amount she has lost in total for her getting more than 100,000. So now, sorry for this. Now we left with what? 4,000. We have to subtract the personal allowance from this total. So, that in that sense, we're trying to take away her personal allowance. We're giving her tax relief. That'll be 4,679. Right, we have to put the same figure here. Right, you have to deduct the same figure amount from there. So now we come to a total of 102174, and it will be 8574. And this direction remains the same. Put the total together. Right, so now these are the things that we're going to tax on them on. We're going to tax this one's personal non-savings income first. We tax non-savings income first, we tax interest, then we tax dividend. Then later we add all of them together. And we subtract our tax from it. She paid the whole year. Right, so that'll be our next stage. So thanks for listening to the approach that as I'm solving the question. I hope if you have any question, you can put it down so that I can answer them. Right, beneath where the comments are. Thank you for listening. Thank you.